Morning everyone, 1st September today, and it is really yucky sky wise. Not sure what I'm going to get on with today, but the weather's going to dictate a lot of it. I'm hoping to get one of my post holes dug a bit more. Still intrigued with this wasp situation. They're getting rather nasty at the moment. I've had to change. I was speaking to a beekeeper yesterday, a friend of mine, Stuart, and his daughter Chelsea. They have hives at my mother's, and they're having some problems with wasps attacking their bees at the moment. Now, although Stuart professes not to know everything about it, he knows a bit more about it than I do. He's saying that this season, with the bees, they're about 3 weeks behind, and by now, the cycle of the bees is that they kick all the boy bees out, and he said he thinks that the wasps are pretty similar, that they kill them out and all the male wasps will be gone within the next 2 weeks. He has been putting out traps like what I've done, and he says his were absolutely full, and when he poured it out it was like gloopy soup. Now, I had yesterday, I put mine out all day, and one wasp happened to fall into it. The recipe that he put in is a bit different to what I'd put in mine, but I'd copied mine off some YouTube advisors, and theirs looked really healthy with regards to getting these wasps to drink it and drown. Mine just seems to ignore it. So I did the same recipe in the bottle using some Guinness. Now, who doesn't like Guinness? Apparently beer or cheap Coca-Cola is. Now, this is fairly early in the morning, and as you can see it's overcast, but they are about still. Now there's me. There's my drink. There's not one gone in it. I had to duck there because they were after me the other day. I've had 2 stings already, and I'm not going to have any more because wasp stings hurt. Now, I'm hoping over the next week or 2 that they're just going to go or die off or move, but I will have to dig that out to try and get the queen, because if you don't get the queen, she'll hibernate, and next year we'll have the same problem. So I'm having to move out the way of the wasps, really, to do any outdoor work. Now, yesterday I positioned that one, and I dug the hole for it, obviously. That needs setting up, then mixing concrete and setting that, but because my fence panel's not coming till Tuesday and it is Sunday now, I thought I would dig the next post hole out just to save a bit of time. I will not concrete these in, I will do them one at a time, because if I make a mistake on the first one, the same mistake on the second one, by the time I get to the third one, who knows what it will be. And once you've got one concreted in, it is a hell of a job to get them out, a lot of extra work, so I've got to do it right first time. So that's what we're going to do today, I think, weather permitting. I really would like to get in amongst that lot there though, and get rid of that brick wall. You see, even as I speak to you now, a wasp flies past. Right, that's just trying to line this up as best I can. Just trying to save a job for another day, but funny old shaped garden. I don't want to spoil it, but at the same time I've got to try and get this right. Now, the first issue I've come across, a manhole cover, and where I need to put my post in is right tight against it, so I don't really know. Here, there's going to be some, obviously a brick wall going down. I've only got that bit there, across there, for the post to slide into. I've got as far as across there as I possibly can. Now there is one way out of it. Because this tapers out that way, coming out that way, and that's tight in the corner there, I could always move the panel out this way. Each time I move it out a bit further, it's clearing that. But then that's going to make the line of the panel wrong. I need this last panel to come tight to this path, because it'll look odd if it has to cut across this one. Don't really want it to. I want it to, the last panel wants to run along here, the curve, and then it takes its own route down there, while the path takes its own route down there. So I think it's an excuse to stop for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and ponder for a few minutes. Then I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and start digging in. Morning, it's a bit old, mucky old grey day today, 2nd of September. So we're entering into autumn, but you see by the clouds and everything that it's not too good. Today, while I'm waiting for a delivery of the materials, this was, let me turn the camera around. I've had fun and games with this stand. Now this stand originally was going to go to Portugal to hold all my batteries on, but the weight of it was too heavy to carry over there in the van. It took far too much of the weight limit, so it's got left behind. But I've put it back together now, just a framework really. But then I've moved on to another project. There's always something to do, isn't there? I'm staying away from over there because the wasps are still, even though it's back-endish, starting to get back-endish, the wasps are still active. I got stung again the other day, so that's 3 I've had this summer, and I don't like wasp stings, they hurt. So I'm trying to keep clear of them until it gets a bit cooler. For running repairs, when I moved the shed, I never got, and it's not particularly wonderful, but it's going to have to do. It was rotted out at the bottom there, and I've remedied this side to a fashion, and that was opened up this side, but it's full of junk down the side of the shed. So I thought, right, today I'm going to have to muck that out. So although it's not a brilliant fit or anything, hopefully it'll keep the cold and the rain out. And at the front here again, the previous owners had a little sort of cat flap thing to let the animals in, but I'm not keen of that, so I've decided to take them bits of board off and put some more of that. I've got some more of this wood, so I'm hoping I can just cut a bit down and fit it in there, and that'll just tidy the front of that up, give it a lick of paint, and that'll have to do for this year, because I imagine at some point we'll be getting rid of these sheds, but they're rotted all over in different places, chasing, same as the summer house really. But it'll have to do for this year, and then we'll see what happens another year if we're still here. Later on today, I've got this shelf done for putting my chainsaw and the edge trimmer. Just clear a bit more space up, clear some of the wood up out of the way. Still got a lot to get rid of. And my panels came, so tomorrow, weather being alright, we'll make a start on that, I think. Today I'm going to try and put one of these panels up. Got the first post in, second one's roughly in line. Take my time here. Just gone 8 in the morning. I'm really pleased. Got that job done because the wasps are about again. I want to get this one done early doors, because I think we're due for some rain later, and I want this to start setting down there. So as long as I don't get a massive amount of wind to blow it out of the way, or the rain comes and washes me concrete out, which it shouldn't do, because we all know concrete when it sets is a chemical reaction, so it shouldn't really have much effect with the weather other than frost. This one is going to cause more of a problem, this second post, because it's right tight at the side of an inspection chamber. Now I'm not unduly worried because I can get the inspection chamber lid off from underneath the fence when the fence panel's in, but the problem is down there that was built on a concrete slab, and I can't or don't want to break through that slab at the bottom there. I think there'll be enough depth to do it, but obviously it will affect the height on the top. So with regards to keeping that nice and level there, I don't want that post sticking up higher than the rest of them. I'm going to have to chop.
Steve has been putting this job off because he doesn't like using a 9-inch angle grinder.
But what
The
I'll
big
do is I'll leave
wussy.
this panel up until it's totally solid, concreted in, and it ain't going to move anywhere. Then I'll have to spend a bit more time setting this one up. I think it can be done. I'm not over scared of the prospect of it, but it is a bit more
He is really
awkward
scared.
than this one. But these things are sent to tries, aren't they? We'll move on with other projects today. This morning we have a guest worker. Waddo's come to see us again, and he's going to help me, bless him. He's going to help me put this post in. We haven't fallen out yet, but we've got different views on how to do this. The main thing is getting the post in the right position first, and then measuring the difference. So let's do that first. Right, we're 7 inches. 7 inches wants to come off the bottom, according to Mr. Waddo. Now, if we're going to be professional, do that across there.
I'll do it.
Where's that gone? Right, I'll get set up with some cutting equipment. They're on your head. One has lost the goggles, he's on his head. Well, that gone all right, mate. Did that go all right, Wad?
Yeah. I don't think it's steel, isn't it?
You don't think? Oh dear. Well, it helps us with this job, doesn't it? But for the reinforcement part of it, without this coming in, let's see how it goes. Voila! Oh, there is some rebar, I can see it. There is some steel in it. Yeah, there is some bits of steel in there, look, isn't there? 4. Oh, that's good. That's good. Took it clean. Right, proof of the pudding is standing up in a minute. We're just going to tidy that end up. Well done. A good job, well done. Now I'm going to prop it up. See how she lines up.
That one's lifted. It's the wood that one's lifted
Yeah.
after you've cemented it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're happy with that, ain't we? We're happy we've got that. That will go in all right now. There we are, look, that's well within tolerance. Right, I think I better get the cement mixer going, haven't I? Might as well do it rather than not do it. Now I've got an obstacle course to get through here. Oh dear. Where are we going? Let's drag him out of the way. Get him out of the way. Find my pencil. Right, Mr. Waddington. Shall we shovel it in or shall we just tip it?
Probably shovel it in, mate.
I think it'll be safer, don't you?
Safer and stop knocking.
Yeah.
Moving.
Let me just go fetch the. Now we haven't put a lot in this one because the post isn't as big. So we've compensated that by hopefully putting more in. We're going to have enough, mate. I've got to do another mix. Looking good? Looking good, feeling fine. They're the awkward bits, aren't they? Although there isn't so much concrete around the back there, at least it's sort of resting against that wall, isn't it? So I think it should be alright. Yeah, Mark's done so good. I brought him over from Portugal to do the English projects.
On dear.
Well, that's gone reasonably well, mate. In fact, it's gone better than I thought it would do. There ain't a lot we can do now. Sit and wait. Watch this space in another 24 hours. Make sure I haven't fallen over. Half 12, time for a bit of lunch. Very pleased that Mark come round and help me with this. Not expecting him, but I'll always take his help because he's got a bit more muscle than me. So it would have took a lot longer for me to do it. I'm pleased with that. There's a slight dip in there, but that is because I think I mentioned it before that when you're looking down, these next three have got to be in line, so they cut the corner of the path. Don't want it to. Well, actually, that second bit of wood on the inside or the outside, that's the right-hand side piece. That's where it's going to end up, corner of where the path joins up. But I've got to line up the next one after I've dug the hole, and this tree will have to have a trim because it's going to be. It's a bit dangerous. This stuff. It's really sharp points on it, like a holly. But we'll have a look. Right, just to catch up with what we've done today. Obviously, we've got panel number 2 in. We've also been doing 1 or 2 bits. I won't say behind the scenes, but I'll try to tidy up. This between the 2 sheds is my little wood store. Not fantastic, but I've made it's been awkward. Let me see that or not, because I'm holding the camera above my head to show it, but I had to make a little run off, which has been very awkward because obviously it runs into there, but the little gap between there is going to get all my wood wet. So I've just made a little run off from this side down into the gully. Don't know till it rains whether it'll work or not, but it should keep the water out. And I've made this little bit of trellis work just to tidy up, hide the front of it really. And in here, because the weather hasn't been too good, I've tidied up Kaz's little gardening shed. Put some shelves up and give her a new worktop. And she always said that she just wanted a set of shelving so she can pull these were out for fridge, the fridge drawers, but they're quite handy to put your bits in. And that load of mess is mine, but it's going in my shed, but I can't put it in at the moment because my shed is chock-a-block. On Monday we have a settee and chairs coming for the house, and we are sitting on the conservatory furniture, so it has got to come in the summer house, and it has been chock-a-block with rubbish, so we've had to muck out here as well. So I'll put that cupboard unit on the wall and that shelf just to get them out of the way really. That is the table that's going in the conservatory eventually, when we get one fitted or bought, when we can afford to buy one. So we've had to do a lot of mucking out, and this all stemmed from downsizing. So we've been busy doing our own little bits and bobs. But the main project is obviously the yard. So now it's Friday night, and that's about it for this week. We'll see if we can catch up a bit more next week.